At the Battle of Sekigahara, Kiyoshiro Mibu, the strongest samurai, fights against the most feared samurai of the world called Demon Eyes Kiyo for killing over 1,000 samurai and for his demonic blood-red eyes. The struggle continues and their swords keep clashing until Demon Eyes Kiyo breaks Kiyoshiro's sword in half with his fierce strike. But Kiyoshiro does not surrender and tries to take Kiyo along with him in his explosive attack. Meanwhile, Lady Sakuya, a powerful woman in her clan, sends a famous samurai general Yukimura Sanada leading his elite ninja team of Sasuke and Saizo. When Kiyo is about to attack Kiyoshiro, Yukimura suddenly arrives and stops his attack. Saizo uses his powers to create more fog, causing a star to fall from space. Yukimura tells Kiyoshiro that they will be fleeing in a moment. However, Yukimura and his team escape in time, but Kiyoshiro and Kiyo do not move and get under attack by the star. 4 years later, a young boy finds a girl named Yuya, who asks for his help. Meanwhile, at Sakuya's residence, Sasuke and Saizo suddenly arrive and inform Yukimura that they have found Kiyoshiro living as a medicine man. On the other hand, the young boy takes Yuya to his place and introduces him as a medicine man, revealing to us that the young boy is Kiyoshiro Mibu. Yuya tries to seduce him with her body but suddenly pulls out a gun and reveals her true identity as a bounty hunter. When she is about to take him with her, a snake man who has been searching for Kiyoshiro suddenly arrives and, after revealing his true form, starts attacking Kiyoshiro. Yukimura and Sasuke also arrive there but conceal their presence only for Kiyoshiro to reveal his true identity, which is the Demon Eyes Kiyo. Watching this, Yukimura rushes to him and gives him his legendary sword Miramasa. It is revealed that after the decisive battle of Sekigahara, Demon Eyes Kiyo awakens from within Kiyoshiro. Kiyo attacks the snake man, but when he cannot cut through him, Kiyo reveals his sword's true form and cuts the snake man in half with his most powerful attack, Satsujin Ken. Yukimura and Sasuke escape, leaving Yuya behind with Kiyo. As Kiyo is about to kill her, Yuya gets petrified and starts screaming that she knows she cannot defeat Kiyo, but she will not die until she finds a man with a cross-shaped wound on his back. Kiyo finds her amusing as she seeks revenge and decides to let her live until then. Suddenly, Kiyoshiro starts interfering with Kiyo and regains his body. Yuya is confused as the slimy pervert and the insane savage are both in only one body. Kiyoshiro tells Yuya that he does not remember anything since that insane battle and decides to part ways from her. However, Yuya refuses to abandon a person in need, but in reality, she wants to capture Demon Eyes Kiyo. Afterward, the two get lost in the forest and find a girl named Okumi near a small village. Okumi has met Kiyoshiro before and knows about Demon Eyes Kiyo, but he does not remember her. The group then goes to the village to spend a night, but they cannot find Okumi the following day. Later in the village, Kiyoshiro sees an anonymous person standing under a tree but vanishes suddenly. That person appears to be Shirogarasu, a member of a gang of hired assassins called Sunsight Sho. However, Okumi also reveals to be related to the gang. Kiyoshiro, realizing that something terrible is about to happen, and tries to escape with Yuya, but encounters Kurosasori of Sunsight Sho. Hearing the gang name, Yuya gets motivated to earn a bounty and tries to attack Kurosasori with her pistol. However, Kurosasori's steel needles are not only sharper but also burn through anything it touches. Kiyoshiro and Yuya attempt to escape, but some villager blocks the way for Demon Eyes Kiyo. Kiyoshiro, with no other option, starts acting as Demon Eyes Kiyo and runs into the forest, forcing Kurosasori to chase him. While chasing, Kurosasori reveals his true form and keeps attacking Kiyoshiro with his deadly needles. Meanwhile, another member of Sunsight Shu, Banatora, watching Kiyoshiro dodging all attacks, attempts to save Kiyoshiro and kills Kurosasori. As Kiyoshiro and Banatora return, Banatora, after meeting Yuya, takes an interest in her and decides to help them in their journey. Later that evening, Kiyoshiro encounters Shirogarasu and attempts to fight him, but Okumi stops him, saying they are here to meet Demon Eyes Kiyo. Moreover, Okumi says that Yuya is looking for a man with a cross-shaped scar on his back, like Lady Sakuya. Kiyoshiro remembers Sakuya confessing her love to Kiyo, who is revealed to be having cross scar on his back, causing Demon Eyes Kiyo to awaken again. Kiyo fights with Shirogarasu in his final form but trounces him. Okumi becomes happy to see Kiyo, saying he is back the way he was before being defeated by Kiyoshiro, making Yuya confused that Kiyoshiro is stronger than the legend Demon Eyes Kiyo. Okumi leaves, however, Kiyo fully awakens and takes control of Kiyoshiro's body, while Kiyoshiro is asleep deep down in his body. When Yuya insists Kiyo to give Kiyoshiro back, Kiyo reveals that Kiyoshiro is not a nice guy as they think of him because he used his name and slaughtered countless men in the past. After that, he betrayed him and sealed his body somewhere. Meanwhile, Ieyasu Tokugawa decides to hold a grand tournament among the powerful men of the country. and the winner shall be awarded with 10,000 ryo and a rice stipend of 1,000 koku. Hanzo stands against the tournament, but Ieyasu insists and decides to give the precious Tokugawa treasure to the victor himself. After that, Hanzo calls the leader of Nagoro, Genza, and orders him to watch over the city of Senjushuku. Later, Yukimura meets Demon Eyes Kiyo and asks him to join the Shogun's tournament that is about to be held at Edo Castle. However, Kiyo refuses and goes outside. Meanwhile, Genza's men seeing Yukimura go to inform Genza while this special ninja named Mihiro controls Yuya's body with a spider and attacks Kiyo. Kiyo dodges Yuya's attacks and kills the spider behind her back, knocking her out. It is revealed that Kiyo visited Mihiro's house in the past to take Muramasa's sword from her brother, but ended up killing Mihiro's sister. Back in the present, Mihiro fights with Kiyo, but instantly leaves. The following night, when Yukimura is trying to convince Kiyo to enter the tournament, some Genza's men attack Yukimura and Kiyo. However, the both demons start killing them with evil smiles on their face. Kiyo chases some men and gets caught in Genza's trap. As Mihiro is about to attack him from above, Genza suddenly appears from the ground and attempts to blast Kiyo along with Mihiro. However, Kiyo somehow manages to dodge the attack, but Mihiro gets severely injured. Genza transforms and uses Mihiro as a shield, like he used her sister Mayumi. It is revealed that Mayumi was caught by Genza and got severely injured while protecting Muramasa and eventually gets killed by Kiyo to ease her pain. But this time, he manages to save Mihiro and then kill Genza with his special move. After the fight, Mihiro regains consciousness. When she finds Banatora near her, she instantly bows before him, revealing his true identity as the son of Ieyasu Tokugawa, named Hidetada Tokugawa. He warns Mihiro that if she wants to live, she has no other option but to stop chasing Kiyo and never harm Yuya again. Kiyo finally decides to fight in the Shogun's tournament and accompanies Yukimura to Edo's castle. As the group reaches the Ohashi Bridge, Kiyo's sword starts shaking while a man named Migara gets caught by the guards. Suddenly, Majiria's right arm starts shaking and makes a huge explosion. Migara encounters the group and challenges that he will fight Kiyo someday. Meanwhile, Hanzo learns from Mihiro that Banatora is participating in the Shogun's tournament. The group arrives at the tournament where a judge informs participants about the tournament's rule. The first and second rounds will be a wooden sword fight, with no time limit. However, the final match will be inside the castle. Kiyo and the group pass the first round. The second round is a duel among participants. Yukimura joins the second round dressed as a girl and defeats his opponent, while Banatora has to fight Kiyo to win. When the battle between Banatora and Kiyo starts, Banatora attacks Kiyo, but he easily dodges his attacks, forcing Banatora to get serious. Banatora reveals his true strength and attacks Kiyo with his clones until Kiyo strikes Banatora with Satsujin Ken. Banatora, with no other option, stops the attack with his original weapon, and as a result of it, Banatora gets disqualified from the tournament. As the third round begins, Yukimura fights with a masked man named Jukuman, but this round will be fought with real swords. As the fight begins, Yukimura cuts Jukuman's mask and reveals his identity as Yukimura's older brother, Nobuyuki Sanada. The battle continues, and Yukimura finally manages to defeat his brother after a fierce fight. Realizing Yukimura and Demon Eyes Kiyo are inside the castle, Ieyasu attempts to assassinate them, but Kiyo, with the help of Migara, kills them in an instant. Meanwhile, Migara goes to the castle's basement where the Tokugawa treasure, a Hokuraku Shimen, and true Muramasa are placed but cannot enter the room. Suddenly, when Ieyasu and one of the Junashinsho named Sandra arrive, Migara uses his right arm, which reveals to be another true Muramasa, and blows its door. Sanford tries to hold the Hokuraku, but the spear will choose the owner itself. As Kiyo and others arrive, it is revealed that Hokuraku is a cursed spear and Sandra has been manipulating Ieyasu's mind to get it. On the other hand, Banatora reveals his true identity to the group but requests them not to tell Yuya about that. However, when Santera takes control over Ieyasu's body, revealing her true form, Banatora, with no other option, holds the spear, who accepts him as its owner and kills his father, but Santera manages to survive the attack. Suddenly, a wall breaks up and a huge amount of water enters the basement while Santera, with one of her comrades, escape the building. Migara fires with his weapon and makes a huge hole, allowing everyone to leave the basement. Later, Kiyo and Yukimura fight with each other, but Migara stops them, saying they are all aware that the Lord is planning his resurrection by causing Kenyu to spread throughout the country and to revive the era of warring state. To prevent the Lord from doing so, 5 true Muramasas are required. However, Migara says they should at least join forces with their 3 Muramasas to fight against the Lord. But Kiyo refuses, saying his ultimate goal is to regain his body and kill Kiyoshiro, which disgusts Migara, and he leaves. Watching Kiyo so excited to kill Kiyoshiro, Yukimura tells him that after the Battle of Sekigahara, Kiyoshiro sealed his soul inside himself and locked away his body in the Sea of Trees. His spy, Sasuke, followed Kiyoshiro, who was crying after killing him but suddenly vanished. After that, Yukimura and the group part ways again. Later, Yuya encounters a man named Akira, who introduces him as Kiyo's student. Meanwhile, Okuni meets Kiyo and tells him that the Junishinsho are already making their way to get his body to resurrect the Lord. Banatora tries to fight with Akira but gets beaten easily. Suddenly, Kiyo returns to Yuya and saves her from Akira. Akira says his name is no longer Akira, but Ejiro of the Junishinsho, and leaves with his other comrades. Ejiro and other Junishinsho go to their lord, who orders Kubura to bring him the head of demonized Kiyo. Meanwhile, Kiyo and others are on their way to the Sea of Trees. During their journey, they rest in an inn at night but get attacked by Kubura and his dolls. However, when one of the dolls strikes Kiyo's back, his shirt is torn off, revealing his cross-shaped scar. Yuya remembers a man with a cross-shaped scar on his back like Kiyo's, who killed his brother. She asks Kiyo if he is the person who killed her brother, but Kiyo declines that even though he has killed 1,000 people, but he has not killed her brother. Later, Kiyo fights with Kubura and defeats him easily. The following day, Ajira finds Kubura, who has learned a secret about demonized Kiyo. However, Ajira kills Kubura, saying that only he knows all the secrets about Kiyo. Kiyo and others meet Sasuke, who guides them to the Sea of Trees. Suddenly, they encounter two Junishinsho members, Haira and Makora. Haira transforms into his final form and starts attacking Kiyo and Sasuke. Their battle continues, but Haira and Makora face difficulties fighting them. Makora reveals his true identity of being Sasuke's old friend, making Sasuke confused and shocked. When Sasuke gets distracted, Makora uses his Kagenui technique to freeze both Sasuke and Kiyo. After that, Haira begins to attack Kiyo, but Kiyo instantly breaks through the Kagenui technique and strikes Haira strongly, causing him to fall to the ground and begs Makora for help. Makora, on the other hand, runs away, leaving Haira behind. Haira, with no other option, attacks Sasuke with all his might, but when Sasuke strikes him back, his sword gets broken into pieces, but Yukimura suddenly appears and kills Haira. Sasuke chases Makora after telling the group the path and the entrance to the Sea of Trees. Kiyo continues his journey, saying he does not have much time to waste. Sasuke fights with Makora, and after fighting with each other, Makora finally manages to catch Sasuke and his Kagenui technique. In a flashback, young Sasuke and Makora promise each other that they will be the king of this forest together. However, he meets Yukimura and decides to go with him. Back in the present, Yukimura suddenly arrives and saves Sasuke, forcing Makora to leave. On the other hand, Kiyo and others are on their way to demonize Kiyo's hidden body. Watching Yuya is concerned about Sasuke and Yukimura, Banatora decides to return to help them while Yuya and Kiyo continue their journey. Meanwhile, the Lord sends his two more Junishinsho, Bikara and Antera, to fight Kiyo. Antera attacks Banatora while Bikara fights with Kiyo. Suddenly, Antera arrives and starts attacking Yuya. Their battle continues until Antera suddenly loses her arm, forcing Bikara to fuse with her. As Bikara and Antera start attacking together, Kiyo uses his most powerful attack, Mumu Jinpu-style Satsujin Ken, and kills them in an instant. Banatora and others return to Kiyo and Yuya, but Yuya gets kidnapped by Ajira and Shindara. As Kiyo refuses to go after Yuya, Banatora, in a state of anger, with no other option, chases Yuya alone. Yukimura and Sasuke decide to leave Kiyo as they have already shown Kiyo to the entrance of the Sea of Trees. But in reality, due to the last fight, Kiyo was very injured to be standing still at that time. Meanwhile, as Ajira and his comrades are taking Yuya with them, they suddenly get attacked by Migara's powerful beam. However, Ajira instantly sees its coming and manages to dodge all attacks. When Migara asks Ajira to free Yuya, he freezes his right arm and Santera captures him with her powers, allowing Ajira to proceed further. However, Migara shoots again and blows up the whole area, but Santera manages to escape. While chasing Santera, Migara encounters some inhabitants of the Sea of Trees trying to protect Santera. When the inhabitants insist on saving Santera, Migara tries to blow them with Santera. But suddenly, Sasuke and Yukimura arrive and stop him from doing so because she was forced by Shatora. Yukimura reveals the Lord's true identity and why he is after Kiyo's body. He tells that 22 years ago, a demon king disappeared from this world, but endowed with the power and the grudge of the other side. He continued to grow in strength. That demon king will return to this world, and the body prepared for his resurrection is Demon Eyes Kiyo's body. And that demon is called Lord Oda Nobunaga. Meanwhile, Lord Nobunaga finally awakens in a living body and encounters Kiyo. Kiyo tries to attack him first but gets pushed away only with Nobunaga's force and power. Moreover, Okuni is also revealed to be a Junin Shinsho known as Indira. Kiyo uses Satsujin Ken on Nobunaga, but it causes no damage because of Nobunaga's sword, the Mizuchi technique, which can control the moisture drifting in the air. As a counterattack, Nobunaga uses his special attack Tenma Mukuro, but the attack gets destroyed by Migara's massive fire. As Nobunaga cannot fight anymore, Shatora decides to retreat. Banatora goes to fight Nobunaga alone while Basara attacks the inhabitants and fights with Yukimura. Yukimura easily defeats, but Basara suddenly reveals his final form and shoots arrows at Yukimura, causing him to lose his sword. When Basara is about to finish Yukimura, Sasuke suddenly arrives and gets attacked by the arrows. Watching Sasuke getting severely injured, Yukimura gets angry, smashes Basara with his ultimate speed, and then kills him with his arrow. On the other hand, Banatora encounters Nobunaga but faces difficulties fighting against him. As their fight continues, Banatora only manages to kill Nobunaga's horse but gets severely injured. When Nobunaga is about to kill Banatora, Okuni stands against him and escapes, taking Banatora with her. She takes Banatora to Kiyo and is surprised that Kiyo is not angry, but believes her even more. Suddenly, when Nobunaga uses his special attack Tenma Mukuro, Okuni tries to stop the attack but gets severely injured. The fierce fight between Kiyo and Nobunaga starts, but Kiyo does not have any chance of winning with his temporary body. However, when Nobunaga uses Tenma Mukuro again, his body gets destroyed by its impact. He gains energy from the sea of trees and transforms into a colossal monster. Meanwhile, Ajira and others finally find the body of the legend Demon Eyes Kiyo. However, Ajira betrays his comrade, saying that his name was never Ajira, but was the one Kiyo gave him. On the other hand, when Kiyo faces difficulties fighting Nobunaga, Kiyoshiro regains his body. Despite that, Mibu clan wants to revive Nobunaga, but Kiyoshiro opposes him and kills him with one strike, saying that he has already abandoned his clan long ago. Meanwhile, Akira cuts Kiyo's body and takes it with him. After he leaves, Sakuya suddenly arrives there and breaks the ice to free Yuya, but suddenly disappears. Akira meets the group and tells them that he has killed Yuya and has taken Kiyo's body. Hearing this, Kiyo gets furious inside Kiyoshiro's body and awakens again. Akira offers Kiyo to join him to conquer the country, but Kiyo refuses, saying his ultimate goal is to be strongest after killing Kiyoshiro. Suddenly, when Yuya arrives with other Junin Shinsho, Akira leaves, saying he still has Kiyo's body. After that, everyone leaves the Sea of Trees and continues their journey to find Kiyo's body. However, when they learn that Lady Sakuya is missing, Yuya remembers that she saved her and told something about Muramasa Village. With no other choice, the group decides to visit Muramasa Village. The group reaches to meet Sakuya, but to their shock, two girls of the Mibu clan appear at Sakuya's side and take her along to disappear. Sasuke and Saizo go behind Sakuya to save her, but they get stopped by Makora, who threatens them not to go further because this way it will make enemies with Mibu's clan. He also reveals joining the Mibu clan and its forces. Later, when Muramasa and Kiyo are missing, Yukimura and Yuya decide to go and find them. Inside the forest, Muramasa and Kiyo have an argument where Muramasa informs that he came here to retrieve his body, but he is too weak to do so and even doesn't have command over Mumio Jinpu style. In addition, he can't properly use Mizuchi's basic move. Muramasa's words irritate Kiyo, and he, in rage, wants to bring a fight with him. Before Kiyo and Muramasa fight, they are attacked by the Mibu clan, but Kiyo, with his sword, cuts the assassins down. The leader of the attackers, Shinrei, comes forward and declares he is here from Mibu's clan to kill Muramasa for his rebellion against his clan. Mihiro approaches Banatora, and they are confronted by the assassins from the demon world. It reveals that the arrival of the Mibu clan was the reason why Hakaraku Shimon was acting weird. These assassins are here to kill everyone involved with Muramasa and Kiyo. Assassins move forward and begin a fight with Kiyo's squad to kill them. In the forest, Kiyo is also indulged in combat with Shinrei. Despite Kiyo's struggle, he ends up being defeated and injured. After the fight ends, Muramasa explains he rebelled against his clan because the Mibu clan has controlled the country's history using shadows since ancient times and is aiming to disrupt the power balance by taking direct control of the state. Banatora and Mihiro are suffering from an assassin's attack, and Sarutobi comes to help them. He also owns one of the true Muramasa swords, Shibian, and summons the lightning power to defeat assassins. Shinrei decides to remain there and kill Muramasa, but Muramasa informs him that he will finish him by himself if he does not retreat. Muramasa brings his made sword and with true Mizuchi power easily defeats 7 dragons. He then calmly mentions the Voice of Wind attack and uses it to make Shinrei fall onto the ground. After the attack, Muramasa explains the move to Kiyo and gets unconscious of tiredness. Megaera arrives at the capital Kyoto in an effort to retrieve all the Muramasa swords, but he fails to find them since the swords are scattered in different places. Megaera is accompanied by Okuni, who engages Megaera in a historical tale. She also reveals that Megaera is the child of those people who have the power to see the future and struggle to save history as possible as they can. Okuni takes Megaera to a place where she has finally located Kyo's body. When she moves forward to retrieve the body, she gets stopped by Akira and Hotaru, two of the great Kyo followers. Hotaru, despite being Kyo's old fellow and follower, rebels and decides to take Kyo's body in an effort to defeat Kyo one day. Akira intends to stop him. He freezes Hotaru to an utmost sleep and pledges Okuni and Megaera to save themselves and tell Kyo about everything that happened. However, Hotaru restrains Akira's attack and finally Kyo's body is taken over by Mibu clan. Okuni and Megaera escape and reach to tell Kyo everything. However, from there, Okuni, without telling anyone, leaves in secret to spy on the Mibu clan as the least she can do. Okuni is stopped by Yukimaru, who wishes her to take him along with because it is the best chance to borrow Mibu's power and rule Sanada. Just then, Sasuke appears and tries to stop Yukimaru from joining the Mibu clan, but before he brings any attack, Yukimaru and Okuni disappear in the spur of the moment. Muramasa regains consciousness and talks to Yuya, after instructing her to stay at Kyo's side and move towards Sekigahara, where Mibu's clan castle is present. Muramusa's soul leaves for his final destination. The team moves towards Mibu's castle, but before they get close there, they are attacked by Mibu's clan assassin girls Seishi and Seizi, who took Sakuya before. Girls introduce their element of wood powers and manipulate wood to create fake girls for an attack. After the duplicate girls are destroyed by Kyo's squad, they decide not to play anymore and finish them. At the Mibu clan castle, it revealed that the Mibu clan took Kyo's body in order to resurrect their Lord Nobunaga, who cannot be resurrected in any weak body. Mibu clan intends to use demon powers and also have Sakuya and Yukimura's powers to resurrect Great Nobunaga, with the help of which they can ultimately rule the world. When Yukimura gets to see Kyo's body, it reveals to him that, in reality, Kyo does not exist. This truth also opens on Yuya, and after defeating the assassin girls, she remains in shock. Kyo, with Sasuke and Mahiro, reaches Mibu Castle's front door, where he encounters his old follower and friend Hotaru, who has now betrayed him. Kyo and Hotaru get ready to fight each other while Sakuya, hiding from the soldiers, sneaks into where Kyo's body is placed. She breaks the ice, and when she is about to destroy the body, Shitaro and Shinrei suddenly arrive and stop Sakuya from doing so. The battle continues with Hotaru having the upper hand on Kyo. He sends Kyo flying away with only one strike, and when Sasuke and Mahiro attempt to help Kyo, Hotaru strikes them with his powerful fire attack. Kyo tries to attack to defeat Hotaru, but it does not do any harm to Hotaru. Watching Kyo has become weak, Hotaru reveals that Kiyoshiro was considered the strongest man in the world and started to known as the Invincible Slayer Demon Eyes Kyo. One day, he abandoned his own weakness by transferring his pure fighting instincts into the most powerful body, and then Demon Eyes Kyo became no longer just a nickname, but a real being to become the Red King, the true ruler of this world and the Mibu clan. However, with his fighting instinct, Kyo ignored the Elder's orders and escaped, leaving the throne of Red King. After that, Hotaru attacks Kyo with his ultimate black fire, but Kyo gets serious and breaks through his attack. Kyo gathers his energy and attacks with his true Mumio Jinu-style Suzaku. Hotaru tries to stop the attack, but Suzaku burns away the black flame of hell and defeats Hotaru. The battle ends and Kyo's win, but he does not kill Hotaru and moves on to retrieve his body. Meanwhile, Nobunaga has finally awakened in Demon Eyes Kyo. On the other hand, Kyo and the group encounter Yukimura, Makora, and Shindara. Yukimura fights Kyo with a true Muramasa, Tenyuko, while Sasuke fights Makora. However, when Makora faces difficulties while fighting his opponent, Shindara attacks Sasuke and captures him. When he is about to kill Sasuke, Makora suddenly attacks Shindara, and Yukimura reveals Tenyuko's real shape and kills Shindara with his true Muramasa. Then Yukimura reveals to Sasuke that he had to act like this as there was no other way to obtain his true Muramasa. On the other hand, Nobunaga, controlling Kyo's body, takes control of the Mibu clan and attempts to resurrect the demon nation of Kenio. Shinrei tries to oppose Nobunaga but gets defeated in an instant. As Kyo and the group arrive there, Yukimura and Sasuke attempt to combine their attacks to defeat Nobunaga but get defeated easily. Afterward, Kyo and Nobunaga start their fight. Watching that they cannot defeat Nobunaga, Megaera combines 4 true Muramasas and kills Shitaro, with it restoring one piece of history to its proper state. Meanwhile, Kiyoshiro reawakens into his body and asks Migara to merge his Muramasa as well so that everything will return to normal. Even with 4 Muramasa swords, it is impossible to defeat Nobunaga. However, the only way to end him is to kill Kiyo, as it all started when Kiyo and Kiyoshiro split into 2. When everyone disagrees with killing Kiyo because of their affiliation with him, he finally rejoices with Kiyoshiro, and both Kiyo and Kiyoshiro in one body comes at the same time to defeat Nobunaga. With the 5th Muramasa, Kiyo delivers a strike and opens another era where he, along with Nobunaga, is teleported. There, they come across a crazy fight with the end result of Nobunaga's defeat. However, because of the opening of another era, both eras are colliding and destroying each other. In order to prevent destruction and as a punishment for betraying his master, Shindara sacrifices his body and goes towards Demon World Gate and stops collision. The collision of eras ends with Kiyo and Kiyoshiro coming back to the present with Kiyo in his original body. After such a long struggle, Kiyo successfully gains his body back and buries Nobunaga in another dimension.